enjoy seeing Brock Lesnar F5 somebody, take somebody to suplex city. And it's going to be so sweet when he puts you wide open. And you will forever remember why we always win. It's straight balls apart. Remember that crap? That's one of the stupidest names Vince McMahon came up with for a baby. Until I see you again, this is Webby, and I will catch each and every single one of you on the other side.
This Saturday is the 37th annual Survivor Series. 37 years. Always has been one of my favorite pay-per-views. Wrestling fans, the Survivor Series has. And how it has transformed into war games. I've always enjoyed this teams of 5 competing against each other to see who is going to survive. Or the teams of 4, depending on which year to survive, depending on which year it was. And of course, that year in 1992, where they didn't have really any traditional Survivor Series matches whatsoever on the card. I always enjoyed the Survivor Series. One of my favorite pay-per-views. Look, this year, Bloodline versus Bloodline. I am really looking forward to see what surprise we're going to see. Okay, and I'm going to dive into that because I really think we're going to see one of 2 things, or we might see a couple of different things happen in that match. And I'm going to dive into it today. I'm also going to dive into Damian Priest versus Gunther, Braun Breaker versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser for the IC strap, U.S. title on the line, all that plus more. This Saturday at the 37th annual Survivor Series. First things first, this is Thanksgiving Eve. So I hope everybody has a great, grand, wonderful, fantastic, happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. Yes, I hope you do. Go eat a bunch of turkey, ham, stuffing, pumpkin pie, all that kind of good crap tomorrow. And of course, if this is your first time into the channel, thank you very much. Do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and hit that bell for all notifications. Go over and follow Backyard Beatdown. Other content that I have on the channel, will go over and follow Backyard Beatdown on TikTok at BYBD45. That is appreciated. A lot of good stuff over there. Now, let's dive into the Survivor Series. 37th annual this Saturday. Braun Breaker versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. Look, would it be nice if Sheamus got his Intercontinental title that he has never had around his waist? Would it be nice if he got something like that? Would it be nice? Would it be a good pat on the back for Ludwig Kaiser to get a title? Of course, it's not going to happen. The title is going to stay around Braun Breaker's waist. Sheamus is there right now to help mold and groom the other talent. That's what he's doing right now. And he's doing a good job. Ludwig Kaiser is just now kind of molding himself, getting out on his own. All right. I like this new character of his, where he is finally kind of breaking out by himself, having a new aggressive side of himself. The last few weeks, I like it. So Should be a great triple threat matchup, but Braun Breaker is going to end up being victorious, and he will retain the IC title at the Survivor Series on Saturday. He will be a survivor in that triple threat matchup. The U.S. title on the line, LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Speaking of a new side, speaking of something different in WWE, Triple H brought Shinsuke Nakamura back, and he has this new dark character to himself. I really like it. He's wearing all black. He has the red stripe going down his eye. Very good. Cold, dark persona for Shinsuke Nakamura. And it really does fit better now with the promos that he is cutting up on the Titantron. What he was doing before with the promos didn't really fit. Now it does. So, look, I really hope this translates into a title run in the future. Is it going to happen at Survivor Series? No. LA Knight will more than likely win and retain his belt, but Shinsuke Nakamura is having a good character right now, and I'm glad he's back, and he is going to be a viable threat to LA Knight's title. Glad that LA Knight has somebody else to compete with now. The World Heavyweight Champion Gunther versus Damian Priest. Gunther looks like he's going to get mowed down at the Survivor Series. That is the way they are portraying Gunther right now. Damian Priest, throughout this entire build, has looked like he is just going to kick Gunther's ass at the Survivor Series. I mean, because Gunther has looked weak. He's gotten beat up. He hasn't been able to talk. I mean, for a champion, it looks like he's got taken to the streets, and Damian Priest, who can, in this storyline, who can beat people up in the streets, has mowed down Gunther. Now, I have said in the past, and you know how I felt in the past, that going towards SummerSlam, they made Damian Priest look like absolute dog crap. When he was the champion, they didn't let Damian Priest get a promo in. They didn't let Damian Priest get anything in. Gunther got everything in except one promo, and that only had like few words. That was it. You can go back and look at it. And what did we see now? We saw the exact opposite. Now, I liked it, and I'm going to tell you, at the Survivor Series, Gunther will retain the World Heavyweight Championship. He's not losing that belt to Damian Priest. This is stepping stones on Gunther's way to WrestleMania. He's not losing that belt at least until WrestleMania. I just don't see it. And if he does lose it at WrestleMania, I can see him losing it to maybe, and this is spitballing here, maybe John Cena. No, John Cena maybe. Okay? And if it's not John Cena, I don't know who. Because I think that the perfect opponent for John Cena right now, and I'm getting off Survivor Series, but I think the perfect opponent for John Cena for his last match at WrestleMania would be Randy Orton, okay? But Gunther versus Damian Priest, I really enjoyed the build, but Gunther goes over Damian Priest 1, 2, and 3. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Naomi, and Io Sky versus Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. The Women's War Games match. Okay. Alright. I'm just going to come out and be honest. I really don't care what happens in this match. I don't. They haven't built up to this match like they have the Bloodline matchup. They haven't put that much of a focus on it. So they haven't given us as big of a reason to care. And because of that, I have a hard time caring. Now, look, Tiffany Stratton with the briefcase and Nia Jax being on the same team, that could come into a factor, where we could get interested. The whole Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, them being in a feud, that could be interesting. But overall, the War Games match with the women there's not as much substance there. So, I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Naomi, and Io Sky. That team overall winning. Who exactly comes out on top? I don't know. But that team will win. Okay. And finally, Bloodline versus Bloodline. Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, the Usos, and CM Punk versus Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, Tonga Lola, and Big Bronson Reed. I really liked this storyline. Who hasn't liked the Bloodline storyline? As long as it's been. As long as we have seen the Bloodline storyline go on. Who has not liked it? Recently, this past Friday, Paul Heyman returned and brought out CM Punk to be the fifth man of the original Bloodline. And the only thing I'm going to say about this is Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, the Usos, and CM Punk are going to lose at the Survivor Series. I'm just calling it now. One of two reasons. Either The Rock is going to come in and interfere, or Seth Rollins is going to interfere. At some point, CM Punk and Seth Rollins have to set up their feud for WrestleMania. I just see that match happening. And if Roman Reigns versus The Rock is happening at WrestleMania, what better place to start that feud than here? Hell, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, Tonga Lola, and Big Bronson Reed. Ultimately, it would probably be Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, someone like that. Win. It's one of those two things. There's no way the original Bloodline is walking out victorious. None. It seems like they are on paper. On paper, it seems like the original Bloodline victorious. It's not happening, folks. It's not. I've really enjoyed the build of this match. We will see what happens on Friday. I'm making this before Friday. I'm making this before the Go Home show, SmackDown Go Home show to the Survivor Series. Okay, so I'm making it before then because this is Thanksgiving Eve. Okay, but hey, look, I'm calling that Solo Sikoa's bloodline, the new bloodline, is victorious on Saturday because we are either going to see Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania, or I think we'll see Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa at WrestleMania. One of those two. And if it's The Rock, then this would be a perfect time for him to interject himself and start the feud. And if not, we're going to see Seth Rollins. That's just my opinion. That's my prediction. Y'all let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel today. Hit that big thumbs up. It's much appreciated. And of course, until I see you again, this is Webby. And I'll catch all of you on the other side. Talk to you later.